Hello, it's Buffy the Man here, and today I am going to do a anniversary video. And today, August 28th, 1993, the show Power Rangers came out, and it was a smash hit. It, oh yeah, it was a smash hit. So, but it's like one of the shows I used to watch as a kid, and I still do watch as an adult, and I find it still enjoyable. So I'm getting the series on DVD. It's a slow process, but it's going to be worth it at the end. So let's begin with the, uh, the original show. The Data Dumpster pilot was actually, there was another pilot called Data Dumpster too, but it was different from the pilot we saw. I believe this pilot's on YouTube still, and it's on one of the DVD box sets, but it had a few differences. You still see Rita, Goldar, Finster, Squat, Babu leaving the dumpster by help of astronauts. But the difference is, instead of Zordon being named Zordon, he was Zoltar. And they had a different actress for the part of Trini, and her name was Audrey Dubus. Dubis? I think that's right. And it was actually a short pilot. It's like, I think, like shorter than the episode that aired. But uh, it begins with them in a bowling alley, and they fight the bullies, and Rhea escapes as an earthquake. They get teleported to Command Center, where to meet Zoltar and a funky looking Alpha 5. Pretty much the same events go through, and he's tell what they give him certain powers, and then they don't believe him and leave. When they leave, they're attacked by putties, and they morph. But it's a different morphing sequence. It's a split screen to show the morphing. Then later on, they go to Angel Grove downtown and fight more putties, and Rhea makes Goldar grow, and there's a monster there called Fly Guy. And he appeared later on in the series as a main monster villain. They have to fight, but after this, after it's done, they changed the actress to play Trini to Trey Thang, which was a better choice in my opinion, and everyone else's opinion too. But the main cast of the Power Rangers, I already say Trey Thang. I'm sorry if I say her name wrong. There's Austin St. John, who's Jason, Walter Jones, who is Zach, David Yao, who is Billy, Amy Jo Johnson's Kimberly, and they were the original Power Rangers. And Zordon was played by David Fielding. And later on, in the Green with Evil five-parter, which is the only five-parter in Power Rangers history, we meet Jason David Frank's character, Tommy, who Rhea turns into an evil Green Ranger. And at the end of the story arc, they save him from the curse, and he becomes a Power Ranger. So, but it's that's pretty much what the cast is. This the first season ran for 60 episodes, which is a lot for season one. And the first episode, of course, was Data Dumpster, and the last episode was an oyster stew. So, and then it's like many things happen between this thing. Like they get the Ultrazord gun ho. Kimberly and Tommy start. Well, I think they started dating this one, or they went out to a dance together at the end of Green Candle story arc, which Tommy lost his powers, but he found a loophole and gave them to Jason, where he was able to use the Dragon Dagger and the Dragon Shield. So, but there's some things that were like from the show that we still use in the face series usually, or during reunions. Like more phenomenal, Kimberly coined that one, and then it's morphing time. It's actually set by Zordon in the second episode, High Five. So it's a couple sayings that like really popular. Then in like halfway through the year, it's like halfway through the season, Doom Part One and Part Two was originally supposed to be the series finale. It's where they were going to storm the castle or storm the palace where Rita was, and seal her back in the space dumpster with her minions standing off in space. And that would have been the series finale. But it was so popular, they changed it around so they could keep the series going. Which also, after, like a few episodes after Doom Part 1 and Part 2, we have Return of the Little Friend, where Tommy got back his powers because Rita kidnapped their parents at Parents' Day, and had to get the power coins to save their parents, which Rita's like, nope, you're not getting your parents back. I get your coins, ha ha ha. But they kept the green power coin and Zordon powered it up, not allowing Tommy to morph and become a Green Ranger again. And so, then we fast forward to like years and years later. Like this is, I'm just doing season 1 right now. So, but yeah, then Tommy kept being the Green Ranger for the rest of the season. But it's what Zordon will tell him it's like a limited power source. And in season 2, we'll see it go away, which I'll cover that in the next video. But yeah, when Power Rangers went off the air in 2009, I believe, after RPM ended, that's when they canceled the series and they decided to revise the original series, January 2nd, 2010. They added special effects, revised the logo, so they can update it for like a new audience. This went on for like a little while, and then Saban, Saban, got the rights to Power Rangers again because Disney owned it after a while, during or after Wild Force, and they got the rights to Samurai. Sorry, Bobby Pin. Yeah, they got the rights to Samurai, so they immediately stopped the revision of the series. So only like about 30 or so episodes were revised. I don't know if they have plans to bring that to TV or what, but for a while the revised series was considered the 18th season until Samurai came along, and it was not considered a season at all. So, but anyhow, every but on the 15th anniversary, ABC Family, who had the Power Rangers, did a poll on the best Power Ranger series of all time, and this original series, My Morphin Power Ranger, came number one, which I think is good for good reasons. This is where it started. People love this season. People love the cast and stuff like that. And then it's usually poll. I think they did polls. Websites do polls like your favorite color ranger in red, blue, yellow, black, pink, and sixth ranger. And always the original rangers will usually win. I think every ABC Family did a poll of this too, and all the rangers from the original series were picked number 1 for the best color for that Ranger. And quite personally, I agree. These it, they started they started this whole they started the whole Power Ranger thing without the original series. They would have been it would have been like over 22, 23 years now. 22 years, I think. I horrible with math. I have to look it up later. But anyhow, then they well, but and then they stopped showing it because they were showing the Power Rangers and called Power Ranger Generations, and they didn't show the entire season. They just showed select episodes of the series, and which kind of made me mad because there's like so many episodes I wanted to see, I haven't seen in a long time, and they were not showing them. Which I'm probably glad. I'm kind of glad that's done, but they should do another one, but show the entire series of each season. So, which leads me to the Megazords. They were the dinosaurs, and they combined together to make a tank mode and a Megazord mode. And this is like probably one of my favorite this is my favorite Megazord in the entire series because I just loved it when it would stand up. And the Megazord sync which has been initiated. Then when the things would then say Megazord activated. And the Dragonzord was pretty cool too. It turned to a fighter mode. But they didn't call it a Megazord, they call it a fighting mode. The one the Megazord combined with the Dragonzord is Dragon Megazord. And that then it would go to Titanus, which was the Ultrazord, and they would make an ultimate Megazord finisher, which I always loved when they called him Titanus. He'll break through that mountain and say, I'm here. And these are like some of the best Megazords in the series, so I would think it's pretty awesome. But then we move on to these monsters. I decided to do the top 5 monsters in the series. So because they had a lot of monsters, but one of my favorite ones was Shell Shock, and he was like a combination of a bunch of stuff in a turtle, and on his back is a stoplight, and he'll shoot a beam to make him freeze them, make him run. It was just a weird amalgamation of creatures he just couldn't help but laugh at. And then there's the Terror Toad. It's a toad that pretty much would eat people, eat the Rangers. And the only way to stop it was shoot arrows around his neck, and his horn had to be chopped off. And I remember watching as a kid, watching him eat all the 5 Power Rangers, going, "Oh crap, that's creepy." Especially when he went in his mouth, he's like, "Nom nom 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 nom," and their legs flailing. But Kimberly destroyed that monster with a power bow. And in the series, she's like probably like one of a few Power Rangers that's actually destroyed a monster on her own using her weapon. She she destroyed like probably 3 monsters with her power bow. Well, 4, because I forgot about the episode they turned Ranger back in time because she just shot an arrow at Oysterhead and it hit the ground, exploded, and she died. So next one is Eye Guy. It's just pretty much what the name says. Eye Guy. He's just nothing but eyes. And when they blow him apart, he comes back together again. And he was pretty much hard to kill, but they had to kill him by destroying the main eye. Which, that took some work to get done. The next one is Lizinator. He's pretty much a giant lizard that talks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's super strong. And I remember the Rangers having somewhat bad time beating him, but not too bad. I just remember him having that Arnold Schwarzenegger voice and all those bad catchphrases. And it's like, oh wow, this is a freaky monster. But they killed it with the Ultrazord, so wasn't that tough. And finally, I'm not sure how many people love this character. I'm pretty sure it's picked as the top monster. I can't remember. I saw a poll where they Pudgy Pig was one, but it's Pudgy Pig. And it's basically a pig. Looks like a Trojan pig. That mission was to run around and eat all the food in the world so people starve to death. And the Power Rangers went after it and ate their weapons. And to get their weapons back, they had to feed it spicy food, which it promptly barked it out. The weapons out, they caught him, beat the crap out of him, and blew him up with the power blaster. So I just found Punch Pig was actually kind of funny too. Like, no, 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 no. I remember loving watching that episode growing up because I like the Pudgy Pig. But so anyhow, this is like if you're going to start watching Power Rangers or you want to revisit the series, start here. Start there, then work your way up to Dino Chargers because you have to start the original. And let's face it, the original is usually the best of all of them. And I'm glad that Power Rangers is still on after all these years. It's still a good series and it's fun to watch, especially some of the outrageous monsters that come up with nowadays. And well, I just I would recommend watching it. And as for the first season, I would out of 5 stars, I'll give it 4.5. It's it's a damn good series, and I would say check it out. And happy anniversary, Power Rangers! I'm glad you're were in my childhood and my adult life. It's great to have the Power Rangers in my life. So that's my tribute slash review video of Power Rangers Season 1. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. I have to get to work. Yeah.